What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Juju the Gamer on Juju Sports Corner, and man, I knew this game would be different the second time around. I was not expecting a score at halftime to be 9-6, and it seems like Alabama is just knocking on the door from breaking this game open, because they seem to be moving the ball up and down the field, but Georgia's calling card is their defense. The defense is holding strong in the red zone and forcing field goals. Now on the other end, this was my main issue with Georgia. This is ultimately why I picked Bama to win this game. Is that I cannot confidently trust Stetson Bennett to win a shootout. And I believe if Bama scores one touchdown, they're going to need Stetson Bennett to win this game if Georgia wants to win their first championship since 1980. It's been a long time for them. So this game is all about the quarterbacks and what defense is going to break first, because both defenses have been bending, but they haven't broken. So what defense is going to break? And man, yeah, I was not expecting this to be a defensive battle. Well, I take that back. I knew Georgia's defense was going to come ready to play. I knew they were going to come with the fire that they didn't have that first match. I don't know what happened with that first match, but this Georgia defense looks like the Georgia defense we've seen all year. They look fast. They're flying to the football. They're both teams are shutting down the other's running attack. So this game, if either team wants to win, it's all on their quarterback, because the running game is not there. And Bama lost Jameson Williams. Was that an ACL injury? I know we hurt his knee on the turf, and it was a non-contact injury. Was that an ACL? Or was that he just sprained his knee? I'm hoping it's not an ACL injury, because man, Jameson Williams is a great receiver. I just don't know, if this game comes to what quarterback do I trust to make that one play to win the game, I'm trusting the Heisman winner Bryce Young more than Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett started this game very shaky, and I knew that. But yeah, Stetson Bennett started off this game real shaky, real shook-like, until you hit that deep ball to George Pickens. If that ball was any better, that was 6, and I would have flipped this game on his head. And I feel like Bama is just right there from kicking that door down and scoring a touchdown, because they've been in the red zone 3 different times, gotten 3 field goals. They are right there. But with Jameson hurt, what young receiver, with both Jameson and METCHIE hurt, let's not forget John METCHIE's not playing in this game for Bama. What young wide receiver, that probably young 5-star receiver that Bama just has, what 5-star receiver is going to make a play? It's one of these tight ends for Bama going to make a play for Bryce. Who, as a pass catcher, is going to make a play for Bryce Young to flip this game on his head? Is Georgia's running game going to, get churning in the second half? So this second half is going to be all about adjustments, what coaches adjust, how the players are going to come out and adjust. And it looks like we're in for another kind of defensive classic. The way it's looking, it might be first to 20 wins. But that can change, if either team scores a touchdown. It's that close. It's not the boring game that the 2011 Alabama LSU defensive match was. Both teams are actually moving the ball, and you can tell one or two plays going to shift the energy and the momentum in the game. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust Stetson Bennett. That Georgia defense is ferocious. I do trust Bryce Young and the GOAT Nick Saban to get his 7th ring? Would this be his 8th? Do you know how insane that is for one coach to have that many rings? Honestly. So this second half is going to be real interesting. I look forward to seeing y'all when this game is over. Man, these defenses are flying and hitting. I can't wait for this second half. Let's get it. Man, I cannot believe what I just saw. This second half in particular, the fourth quarter, up until the fourth quarter, it was still a very close game. Georgia finally beat Saban, their arch nemesis, their Goku to their Vegeta. They finally beat him 33-18. I don't even know what to say. Like, Stetson Bennett, like, just completely shut me up with some of the throws he was making. Georgia defense, man, I don't even know what to say. That defense is nasty. Like, they're fast, they're physical, they're gonna come up and hit you. Their defensive backs was, I'm not knocking overall. Their defensive backs was getting away with a lot of hand holding, jersey holding, and, you know, bumping and shoving the Bama receivers while the ball was in the air. But at the end of the day, those young Bama receivers outside JAMESON and METCHIE, who are both out for injury, just didn't make plays. They weren't getting open like that, and when they were dropping the ball. So Bryce Young was literally doing everything possible, throwing pinpoint after pinpoint dime to his receivers, and the only people that was showing up was Slade Bowden and I believe Latu, who was one of their tight ends. Everybody else, it was, yeah, man, those young Bama receivers probably gonna get their challengers repossessed. No, Saban's gonna look at this game and go back over and probably get Bill O'Brien up out of there, because he did not call a great game. They were in the red zone at least 5 different times and didn't come away. They only came away with 1 touchdown. It's just unacceptable. You're not gonna win like that in any football game, unless you're the Bama. Oh, you can just bully everybody. Man, shout out to Georgia. They finally got that 1 win off their back. They got the monkey off their back. They finally won a natty after, since what, 1980? It's been almost 40, 50 years since they won one. Yeah, man, that Georgia defense is something ferocious. Now, what's next for Georgia? Most of that defense is going to the NFL. Most of their alignment is going to the NFL. Their running backs are probably going to the NFL. So Georgia's going to look completely different. Man, their number 1 receiver might go to the NFL in Pickens. So we don't know what Georgia's going to look like until that spring game come out, until that spring depth chart come out. We do know they're bringing a lot of recruits and a lot of cornerbacks in. That's what Georgia does. They reload on defense. And they have the ultimate offensive weapon known as Brock Bowers. That dude is a monster at tight end. But in terms of experience coming back, I have Bama and Ohio State probably as my top 2 teams, just what they're bringing back towards next year. But man, yeah, shout out to Georgia, man. They finally got it done. They got the monkey off their back. Now, are we about to see Alabama go into a decline? Or is Georgia, or more importantly, is Georgia going to usurp Bama as that dominant force in the SEC now? They finally got the monkey off their back. Now they're going to be playing free. So we don't know how good Georgia's going to be next year, but they're going to be good. We know Bama's going to be good because Nick Saban's going to light a fire into everybody this upcoming offseason. And yeah, man, I was stunned. I really thought the changing point in this game was Jameson Williams getting hurt. Because after that, while Bama might have had speed out their young receivers, they didn't have the experience to, a simple look the ball in with both hands, make those tough contested catches for your quarterback, help the quarterback make plays. And when you're losing that experience and you're playing true freshmen and true sophomore that haven't really played a lot, it's hard. But yeah, Bama's going to be on a revenge tour next year. Ohio State's probably going to be on a revenge tour. But that Georgia defense was just something I have never seen. That Georgia defense, like they were fast, they were fit. I I might just have to go back and rewatch this game just so I can see outside of the front seven just come up and hitting like the safeties and the cornerbacks was coming up and hitting Bama around. Bryce Young was getting hit after every single play, and I just felt like injuries caught up to Bama. The injuries caught up to Bama. Their cornerbacks was injured, so they didn't have experience on that end, you know, to really take advantage of making Stetson Bennett make more mistakes than he made in this game. And I didn't think Stetson Bennett had it in him. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he was just a prototypical pocket passer, game manager. But he made the throws to really open this game for Georgia. And yeah, I said this, you know, earlier in the video. If it's not Georgia this year, when were they ever going to beat Bama or ever get back to this spot? So that defense is probably etched this place in history. It's probably one of the top college defenses ever. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a unit that fast, that physical, great on all three levels, having pros littered throughout that defense. And man, there's just nothing more to say, man. Shout out to Georgia. This was a great game up until the fourth quarter. You could tell it was teetering on the balance. Jameson Williams getting hurt. The blocked field goal. Bama not punching it into the end zone when Georgia started to get touchdowns. And just, you know, injuries caught up to Bama. So, you know, as long as Saban is there not to cut out Bama, and now we have Georgia to deal with, because this is going to, if not this year, next year's recruiting cycle for Georgia already probably going to be amazing as usual. But it's going to skyrocket like what Texas A&M is doing currently. Yeah, man, shout out to Georgia. Their first title since 1980. They finally got the monkey off their back. And Saban, he got some work to do. He gonna be repossessing some challengers, some Camaros. He gonna be taking away some people's nail money, because he's maniacal. He's not gonna let this fester. He's probably going to get after it. He's probably going to give them a week off, and they're going to get right into winter workouts. But yeah, if you made it this far, please make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe, and make sure that bell notification notified every single time I upload. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.